It's time for Market Explainer, your number one business news podcast. Hosted by Danny and the big man. And it starts right now.
So this last story is, I referred to it in the rundown as the nipple marketplace, OnlyFans, because when you really think about what OnlyFans has done, it has democratized the world's adjacent to the world's oldest profession, I would say. And I call it the nipple marketplace. And as I said, I feel like, maybe you should give Danny a little couple of bucks, because I came up with the phrase nipple marketplace. And I can just see OnlyFans, the globe's nipple marketplace. So,
no, that's horrible advertising, but go ahead.
Well, it's the best. So what's interesting is sources are telling Axios, the place where we grabbed this article from, that OnlyFans is looking to go public. Hilarious. That's hilarious. I don't know how to... That's hilarious.
Look, I don't see what problem you have with this. It's a company that's making money and wants to go public. You and your views should have zero problem with this.
I have zero problem with this.
But your people, and by your people, I mean people that believe in the political structure that you believe in.
I don't believe in any political structure, but I know what you mean. I know what you mean.
They refuse. Look, this OnlyFans has been trying to do this since the middle of last year. You and I did a story back in the day that they were trying to come up with funding, thought they had somebody to give them funding, and then lost it, right? And that kind of stuff.
And they actually initially, I think last year, in the fall of last year, had discussed that they will no longer allow the nipple on their platform. And the interesting thing is, OnlyFans did not start out as a nipple marketplace.
No, they did not.
It started out as a platform for fans, it's kind of like a Patreon with more features, I would say. And what happened is they realized that, gals who were trying to show you their nipple on Instagram couldn't make money from it.
Was the easiest way to make money. Was it? But look, there's twofold that they're having a problem with, right? Because you've got to find investors and you've got to find a company that's willing to partner with you if you want to go SPAC, right?
Yes. And that's a problem.
The problem is twofold. One, the adult entertainment part of this, right? The majority of their money falls under the category umbrella of adult entertainment, right?
Yes.
The second part of it is the guy that owns a majority stake in OnlyFans. The guy by the name, his last name, I'm going to butcher it, is Radvinsky, I think is what it is. He's second generation Ukrainian. He's American by birth, right? From Ukraine. I only bring that up because this guy, when I say, okay, adult entertainment causes one hurdle, he's the second hurdle. This guy is a scumbag. And when I say scumbag, we're talking about in a little over a year ago, Forbes came out with an entire article that's saying for 20 years, the last 20 years, the 1990s, the 2000s, 2020s, this guy ran a number of illegal websites that provided illegal and hacked passwords to nipple sites, including some that nipple sites for certain classifications of underage whatever, and a little bestiality, so this is what this guy's tied to. Now you fast forward and go, this is the guy that owns the majority stake in OnlyFans.
Well, when you're OnlyFans and your majority of your market is nipple, you don't have
explicit material.
Correct. You don't have a ton of options when it comes to beggars can't be choosers. You can't be like, well, listen, we want to do a Series A with with Sequoia, right? Sequoia is not giving you money. Okay. Now, on the other hand, Leo Radvinsky is going to give you money. Guess who else is giving you money? Market Explainer Capital. We will give you money. Happily give you. I'm kidding. We don't have a hedge fund or a venture capital fund yet.
But they were trying to raise money last year to actually buy
yes,
him out, because that
right,
would be one hurdle out of the two hurdles that they
correct,
have. Right?
yes,
It's like trying to sell your company. It's trying to go legit as a company when you've been a mob front for 20 years and trying to buy out the mob out of you, because I want to go legit, but I
right,
need the money to buy out the mob's part of my business, my
yeah,
nightclub, so I can go forward, right? Like
yeah.
that's what they're
Sorry,
trying to do. What?
yeah. I think that Las Vegas learned that you can't really do that. So
Yeah. Vegas has not been successful. But look, here's the other side of the argument. The other side of the argument, which I think ultimately will win out, because it's just about cold hard dollars, right?
right,
The pitch deck that OnlyFans was carrying around last year, obviously it leaks, right? They always leak it out to investors and stuff like that. The pitch deck was making not predictions, but whatever. I'm missing the term.
right.
But anyway, anticipated they were going to make $1.2 billion in 2021 and $2.5 billion in 2022 in revenue.
Yeah,
In revenue, billions of dollars in revenue for a website that lives online, that they don't have to buy any. That look, they don't distribute any cameras to their creators, that
right,
much like YouTube or anything else. They don't
right,
provide any equipment. They provide a service online, right, that
right.
allows you to connect with people all over the world. And guess what? And even on the creator side, look, we've all seen videos of YouTube, TikTok, all these places with users getting angry because of the small amount of revenue that's shared with them, right?
Right.
Versus what YouTube makes, versus what TikTok makes, yada yada. OnlyFans, okay, has paid out a total of $3.2 billion to its creators.
Wow.
And not
Incredible.
only that, there are over 16,000 creators on its platform, which pales tiny compared to something like YouTube, right?
Right.
Over $16,000 members of their creators
Yeah.
earn more than $50,000 a year
Incredible.
from just them.
Yeah. And I'm going to be honest with you. This is just my personal opinion. I've seen not, I've never, I'm not a, I don't pay for anything on that platform, never will.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen, I see memes of people who are like, hey, join my OnlyFans. And I go, they're like, the top 15% or something. And I go, what an incredible thing you're extremely mediocre. No one should pay you a penny.
But
But
people
the fact that,
do.
yeah, but people do. And that is incredible that you can be so mediocre. And listen, there's nothing wrong with being a mediocre looking person. Some of us are mediocre looking. That's just the way things go. But to be paid to be mediocre on the internet is incredible,
If
right?
I had if I had that ability to join OnlyFans and send somebody a picture of my feet for 50 grand a month,
Yeah.
I would, right? Like
Yeah.
I've
Who
always
wouldn't?
said this about prostitution. I'm sorry, it should be completely legal. I don't
Yes.
care if you want to pay somebody for sex and they're willing to have sex for you for a price that you can negotiate. I'm
Yeah.
okay with it. I don't care. And I
Yeah, I'm
have
not a part
zero
of this
problems with this,
transaction.
right?
I'm not a
But
party to this transaction, so I don't care.
right. So, but in this case, you have a market, right?
Yeah.
Again, that's led by emotion, not
Right.
not because this obviously is making money, right?
Yeah.
And they even want this ultimate look. And OnlyFans is trying to do the right thing. They don't want it completely to be their business model. They would love for other businesses, and they've hired some person to come in to be the basically a recruiter trying to recruit businesses. Their vision of the future, and you said this a little bit earlier, is to be TikTok, where you can, very similar to TikTok, flip between video and video, but on a
Right.
Patreon type basis. You're paying these creators to be
Right.
part of, so that you have access to their feed for you to flip through, right?
Right.
They want to be a Patreon.
Now,
TikTok is what they want to be.
right. Now they have a separate streaming platform called OFTV where they're trying to have other shows and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Now, let me tell you something. As a marketing and branding guy, I'm just going to tell you this. Your main source of revenue comes from nipples. You're never getting like that forever. OnlyFans is a nipple platform. You cannot fix that. There is no rebranding. There is no, you can't come up with a new logo. There's no fixing that. On the other hand, you have technology you own.
Mm-hmm.
You have platform, you have access, you have all this other stuff. They should come out with a mainstream YouTube-esque, TikTok-y kind of exactly what we just described, a Patreon, TikTok, YouTube competitor.
Under a completely different name.
Completely different name, and then create a holdings company which owns both things, and then that holdings company can go public. And then they can say, hey, listen, yeah, we have a nipple platform, and we have a weird investor in that, and he did used to sell weird pictures of dogs on the internet, but that's just this company. That's that. And that's the way of like that was so many years ago. Now we have this other thing because you have the platform, right? And you have the technology, you have all this other stuff. And it's simply that my generation, as much as, millennials are open-minded about this kind of thing, and proven by the creators making 50, did you say 50 grand a month or a year?
A month, or I'm sorry, 50 grand a year, but yes. $3.2 billion have been paid out.
Yeah, that's a lot of money. As much as we're more open or whatever, if that's the phrase, progressive is probably the more correct phrase. When it comes to this kind of thing, there's still a matter of, I'm a pretty traditional guy. I'm not going to start buying up stock of OnlyFans. Now, if it's video, whatever, if it's some nascent video platform that's using the same servers, the same technology, the same everything, but just has a different label on it, I'm all there. Now, if I was as more cynical than I am, which I reject cynicism at every turn because I think it's the death of joy is cynicism. I would start just the polar opposite. I would start a religious, like Christian video platform where it's all like Pure Flix, or something like that.
You say that, you're going to start yet a whole nother evangelical way of people taking people's money. Okay.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's exactly what I'm saying is, it's Christian TikTok Patreon, right?
Oh, God. The fact that you even suggest that makes my stomach just...
No, but here's what I'm saying. First of all, may the power of Christ compel. But I'm just saying, listen, I'm just doing that to him. But I'm just saying, if I'm OnlyFans, I'm going, hey, listen, we got this end of the market. Let's get this end of the market. And then you create a situation where people like me are really stuck, crap, all this stuff we want to see is over there, but then we're giving money to the nipple market.
Well, but that one degree of separation would give you, I think, in most people business-minded, because here, look, the whole world thinks that as Americans we're just greedy jerks, and they're not exactly wrong, but this is still an example to me of, even in 2022, we still have these very puritanistic viewpoints that affect our business, right? Because if we were exactly what the world thought Americans are, we would be investing in this already. It would already be a publicly traded company and everybody would want a piece of it because it's making money, and that's what all people think that we care about. Now, in this case, you have an entire company that is making a lot of money. Now, look, this isn't a new thing. You could have said this about the stripping industry for the last 50 years, right? Why aren't any of those owned by public companies? And you know what I mean? Or they make money, right? And
why are they all owned by mobsters in WITSEC?
Right. So, but because, and again, it's that puritanistic foundation of our country where we believe that these things are we're still, even as much progress as we've made, this is a great example where we really haven't made it as far as we thought.
Yeah, I don't know that we've made progress. I think we've made noises that sound like progress, is what I'll say. So.
That's Danny's very conservative viewpoint that I don't necessarily share, but I don't care. That's the way it is. All right, Danny. So I think that's all of our stories for today. I'm not even going to really apologize because I don't really care. It's been a longer episode today, but that's just bonus for you listeners out there. Yeah. So so give us our wisdom for the week or whatever it is you're calling this. So
we have a tip of the week again this week. We took a little break last week with a euphemism of the week. But the tip of the week this week is that aggression is a gift and that fighting solves everything.
That is not true at all. And completely against everything we teach our children in today's world. So as usual, Danny
Speak
has
for yourself.
absolutely made us dumber for listening to this. If I don't quit this show, folks, we will see you next week.
That's right, and I'll continue to be doing it with my helicopter headphones. So, see ya.